Hi geeks, welcome to my channel. We're back at Trader Joe's to discover new items that arrived this week as well as some returning ones. There's still a lot of holiday seasonal items left, but the clock is ticking, so make sure to grab the items that you want before they're gone for another year. As usual, I'll be sampling an item right there at the store and giving you my first impressions, and also I have some info on an item that you might not have seen in a while. And stick around until the end because I'll be showing my weekly grocery hauls and giving a closer look with some reviews at some of the items I picked up. Every season there seems to be a new gift bag that contains a plant or flower of some sort, and it's already bagged up for you and ready to give, and also comes with an attached card for you to write a note on. This is great to pick up for like a last minute gift idea. This would be a good gift for whoever's hosting a party, and this is $16.99. Look at how pretty this kale flower is. It has like a pinkish purplish color that almost looks like roses or like thinned out ranunculus flowers. And these are $4.99 for a bunch. And the jumbo snowmen with the air plants for hair are so cute, and they're still here. The seasonal plants come and go quickly, so grab anything you see that you want when you can. There's still some reindeer planters left, but a lot of stores have already sold out. And the poinsettias are so pretty to look at. And finally, the pink poinsettias, or j'adore poinsettias at Trader Joe's, as they call them, are back. They are so pretty. I gifted one to my friend last year. These happen to be indoors at this store location, so I didn't see them until my way out. Otherwise, I would have grabbed one. They come in both a light and a vibrant pink, and these are $7.99. Right now, Trader Joe's is fully stocked with all the salad kits, which is unusual. Usually they rotate the salads out, so I'm surprised to see so many seasonal options that are still offered right now, like the delicious salad kit and lemon arugula basil salad kit are usually summer salads, but they're still here, and all of these salad kits are $3.99 except for the barbecue and black pepper Toscano chopped salad. That's $3.49. I feel like a lot of us have their go-to salad kits. Let us know in the comments what yours is. Lately, I have been rotating between the avocado ranch salad, the butter lettuce salad, and the harvest apple salad. And there is a new organic red butter lettuce. They used to carry a green organic butter lettuce, and that used to be the same price as the regular butter lettuce for $1.99, which I used to get all the time, but now the price has gone up to $2.49. The uncured bacon wrapped porchetta pork roast is a seasonal item. It's crate-free gestation and farrowing, which means the meat company significantly reduces the time a sow spends in breeding stalls, so they're allowed to roam around and feed normally while they're pregnant. Here are the nutrition facts. There's 17 grams of protein for 4 ounces. I never know if this is 4 ounces raw or 4 ounces cooked, because some people say it should be measured when it's raw and then others say when it's cooked. If anybody knows, let us know down in the comments. And this is $9.99 a pound. There's lots of meat options to choose from right now. There is the Santa Maria tri-tip roast, and that is $11.99 a pound. There's bulgogi for $12.99 a pound, the balsamic rosemary beefsteak tips, and the sesame teriyaki beef skirt steak for $16.99 a pound, or the carne asada for $11.99 a pound, or the chicken asada for $8.49 a pound, and chicken thighs shawarma for $6.99 a pound, and the sun-dried tomato basil chicken tenders for $9.49 per pound, the pesto chicken breast for $8.99 a pound, and the savory herbed chicken thighs for $8.49 a pound. Moving from protein to straight carbs and sweets now, the raspberry croissant is still here. The cinnamon coffee cake is a staple item that's offered year-round and a pretty good deal for $5.99. The mini carrot cakes are also $5.99. Mini orange cranberry scones for $4.49, and the vanilla bean and blueberry scones are both $4.49 as well. Coconut macaroons and croissants, and the original brookie. Last year they came out with a peanut butter brookie, which was like a hit, so I'm assuming they'll make a comeback probably around the spring. I'm not sure though. And how do we feel about the Trader Joe's vegan cookies? They've had this for years. I mean, pretty much at the start of when Trader Joe's opened. I tried them last year after taking a long break from it, and they just weren't as good as I remembered. They kind of tasted a little grainy. Speaking of grainy, the gluten-free chocolate chunk cookies are a little bit grainy, but they still taste really good. The raspberry stars are still here, the gingerbread sandwich cookie, half moon cookies, and molasses cookies. The apple cranberry tarts are still here. I feel like this is like something like you would have on a holiday breakfast, just to like treat yourself. This is $4.99. The vegan gingerbread loaf made a comeback last week, and these are $4.99. The teeny tiny apples are still here also, and I hope they just offer that year round because they're so good. The mini sheet cakes in both vanilla and chocolate for $4.99, and you can still get the almond Danish kringle for $9.99, and one of my two favorite pies, the apple crumble pie for $7.99, and pecan pie for $8.99. And the maple streusel bread is still here for $4.49, and there are two types of cinnamon breads. We saw the peppermint brownies arrive last week, and this week's new bakery item is the petit mousse cakes. So they come in 3 different flavors: chocolate cake layered with chocolate mousse and robed in a dark chocolate coating, vanilla cake with a vanilla mousse and a vanilla coating and topped with pearl sugar, and chocolate cake with coffee mousse and a mocha coating and topped with dark chocolate pieces. Each piece is 140 calories and 9 grams of sugar. Reviews have generally been good so far, but some have said the cake portion might be a little bit on the dry side, and these are $4.99. Quickly recapping some recent new items like the peppermint baking chips, cranberry butter cookies are new this year, the cinnamon bun and pancake waffle mix, the herbe de Provence triangles, and Stollen crisps. And here is a new item this week, a new Cabernet that arrived from Napa Valley, which seems to be an exclusive Trader Joe's wine. Let's check the alcohol content. It is 14.5%. This might be a good wine to try or bring over for like the holidays, and this is $19.99. And also it's the season for mulled wine. This is a product of Germany. It includes cinnamon, vanilla, nutmeg, clove, and orange peel. All the spices make it sound like so warm and cozy for the winter. There's 9% alcohol, and this wine is $5.99 per bottle. A new small lot coffee arrived from Brazil, and this is a light roast. These are whole beans, so you will have to grind them up yourself. Trader Joe's used to have coffee grinders at the store, but they got rid of them a few years ago, and this is $9.99. I love looking at the bread section. The focaccia breads are all $4.99, and the French onion one is my favorite. It's really yummy when you warm it up because it gets like super soft. You can taste the caramelized onions, and it's also a little bit tangy from the onions. And each city seems to carry their own artisanal breads, and I love that they sell these ciabatta demi baguettes for $1.29. The olive bread is probably one of my all-time favorite breads that Trader Joe's carries, and the everything ciabatta rolls are a good deal for $2.49 for 4 pieces. And the flatbread pizza crust, I still haven't tried this yet because I don't ever make pizzas at home, but I really do want to try it at some point. And here are some more dinner rolls and full-size baguettes. Right now truly is the season for charcuterie boards, especially with all the gatherings that everyone's having. So there's lots of charcuterie meat options, more so than usual. There's salami, there's 2 types of prosciutto. The Parma brand they also sell at Costco, which I usually get when it's on sale. The spicy uncured charcuterie selection for $8.99, and the truffle mousse pate, which is made with chicken, the truffle salami, and the mozzarella ralloni for $11.99. Now on to 2 new items that arrived this week. There's a hardwood smoked pulled pork. This is fully cooked, so all you have to do is heat and serve. You can make barbecue pulled pork with this and maybe put it over mac and cheese, which some amusement parks do, or have it as a barbecue pulled pork sandwich with coleslaw for some crunch. Or you could add taco seasoning to it or chili verde and make tacos or quesadillas. They also have a hardwood smoked pulled chicken. Both are $8.99. And I saw the exact same one at Sam's Club this week, which is a Members Mark brand. And I'll show you right here. The packaging even looks the same, right? The Sam's Club one is 32 ounces though, and I think it was like only like $1 or $2 more. And if you're ever wondering where the gyro slices are, they are in the refrigerated section, so they are a little bit easy to miss. I thought they might be in the freezer section, but they're not. Pair this with a pita bread and some tzatziki sauce, and this is $4.69. Now for the item I told you about that you might have been looking for but is missing these days is the organic sriracha roasted garlic barbecue sauce. Word has it that this has now become a seasonal item, but don't worry, it will be back in May, so stock up then. Now on to one of my favorite sections of the store, the dessert section in the freezers. There is a new apple tatin tartlets, which you can heat up in the microwave or oven. Years ago, Trader Joe's used to carry these, but they came in a different packaging and probably had a different supplier. This box includes 2 tarts, and I love that the ingredients are simple. They don't have a bunch of preservatives in them. There are 27 grams of sugar in it, but from the reviews I've heard so far, it doesn't actually taste too sweet, and these are $4.99. And you guys, my store finally has the tiramisu. I have been patiently waiting for these to arrive, and I was so excited when I saw it. especially seeing how good they look in some reviews. And there's 2 that come in a pack, and all you have to do is thaw it in the fridge for 8 hours, which I think is way too long. But stay tuned until the end of the video because, spoiler alert, I did buy this and it will be in my grocery haul and this will be reviewed. Just a heads up though, these are heavily coated with cocoa powder, so I recommend opening up the package over the sink or trash can because it will get everywhere. There's still lots of options left if you need to still get gifts, from candles to lip masks, body scrubs, hand creams. There's the seasonal peppermint foaming hand soap, and a seasonal item that has returned is the pomegranate castile hand soap. This is $3.99. Also, because it's winter, right now there's a wide variety of candles to choose from, so also a good time to stock up. And there are still some wreaths and trivets left. The Brazil Nut Body Trio is still here, and here is a closer look at the 12 Days of Beauty for $19.99. This year they have a hair mask, some cleansing powder, shave cream, daily sunscreen, and the Cedar Balsam hand soap and lotion set for $7.99. And I'm surprised that the olive wood collection is still here. In years past, they would sell out so quickly. Now onto one of the best parts of shopping at Trader Joe's is sample time. So today I got to try the peppermint brownies. Depending on which part of the brownie you get, some pieces were a little bit fudgy and moist, and then the other parts were a little dried out. But the initial taste is really rich and chocolatey and fudgy. And then soon after, it was like a cool, refreshing, like peppermint aftertaste. And I think it's the peppermint extract, which probably contains some alcohol, which most extracts do. And that gave it like a distinctive, cool, like York peppermint patty sensation. And that wraps up our shopping trip for this week. Now let's dive right into this week's haul and see what things I picked up. So I took a little break from the delicata squash because the last few times that I bought it, they were like tasteless. So I thought by giving it a couple of weeks that maybe they had a new crop and it would taste better, but sadly it didn't. And so I think I'm done with delicata squash for the season. And by the way, a good delicata squash should taste sweet when it's roasted. And another seasonal favorite of mine are the parsnips. So I'll peel the whole bag and then I'll cut them into sticks and then spray some avocado oil and salt and then roast them. These parsnips fries are so good. They like taste a little bit sweet, almost like a carrot, but then they also have like this herby, like slightly licorice flavor to it. It's so good. Highly recommend if you haven't tried it. And every now and then I want some string cheese, but I never have it. So I picked up a bag to have on hand, and these expire in March, so there's lots of time to finish it. And this week I circled back to the veggies and green salad kit, which I haven't had in a while, but I remember really enjoying it. So this has cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, radicchio, kale, dried pear crumbles, pistachios, and a honey ginger dressing. And I got a bag of kale because I have this for breakfast every morning, as you know, with mushrooms and a runny egg. And I also picked up a bag of dried cranberries because I've been adding it to snack mixes. And my favorite item that I picked up this week is the Italian tiramisu. I've been so excited to try this. So as you can see, it's heavily coated with cocoa powder on top. And as I mentioned before, this gets just about everywhere. So also make sure not to breathe it in when you take a bite like I did and have a coughing fit from it. So the directions say to thaw it in the fridge for 8 hours, which is way too long. And I found that some people complained about it being too mushy and wet. And I honestly couldn't wait that long, so I ate it partially frozen, which probably wasn't the best because the cake part was a little dry, but it actually allowed me to taste the cake flavor more on its own before it kind of got soaked in by the Marsala wine. So I ate half of it partially frozen, and then I just let it thaw at room temperature while I was doing some chores for a couple of hours, and that's when it turned to mush. But the coffee and wine flavor was more prominent in the cake because it got soaked in. And so it was like really wet at the bottom. So with this item, you have to find like the right thaw time so that the cake part isn't overly soaked, unless you like that. But I wanted the cake to have like a more firm texture instead of it being like really mushy. But other than finding out like the right thawing time, I absolutely loved it. There's a generous amount of mascarpone, which was so creamy and slightly sweet. And then it was balanced by like the bitterness of the coffee powder flavor, and sweetness came from the wine and the cake portion. I was so impressed, and this is coming from someone who isn't really big on tiramisu to begin with. This is a decent sized portion, so if you want to share it, you can always cut it into slices when it's still frozen and then piecemeal it out. You guys really have to try this. It is so good. I think this is my favorite dessert item of 2023. I don't even know who I am because I rarely like to bake anymore, but the pumpkin loaf mix from the fall has just reignited my baking era, and so I picked up the peppermint baking chips to add to the chocolate peppermint box mix that I got in a previous haul. Also, something I usually don't get are the marshmallows, but I think I'm getting caught up with the holiday goodies this year. Every winter I crave a cup of hot cocoa, and I haven't added marshmallows to hot cocoa in maybe ever, other than the freeze-dried ones that come in a Swiss Miss packet. So I thought I'd give this a try, and surprisingly, I preferred eating it dry on its own rather than it being in the hot cocoa because it turned like all soupy and melty. So I think I'll use the rest of the bag for making maybe peppermint Rice Krispie treats. Or if you have suggestions on what else I can do with it, let me know down in the comments. And the truffle burrata, I picked this up for the first time. I love burrata, but one of my friends loves it even more, and she was supposed to come over this weekend, and I wanted to surprise her with this, but then she had to cancel, so I will be enjoying this with some truffle balsamic glaze and prosciutto, which reminds me, I totally forgot to pick up arugula. And now on to my Walmart haul. I had a Walmart gift haul to use up, and so I decided to get a few things, and I didn't know what to get, but I saw one of the YouTubers I follow make a banana pudding, and it just made me want to have it, so I thought I'd give it a try. And she used vanilla jello, sugar-free, and vanilla wafers. So I was really glad to see the apple pie puffs sold at Walmart because I keep seeing at Sam's Club, but the bag they have there is so big and I just don't want to waste it or throw it away. So I was happy to see that they had it. And then because I put this in my cart, they recommended the apple straws. And do you guys remember when Trader Joe's used to carry the apple straws? I remember like a lot of moms would get it for like their kids. Anyway, I remember liking them, and I bet it's probably the same company that made them for Trader Joe's. So in the cart they went. And then not from Walmart, but these organic cauliflower bites were on sale at another store, so I got them. Sometimes Costco carries it too, and this is like the only time where I don't mind when it comes in a big bag because these are so addicting. At first glance, these probably seem plain and boring, but the more you eat it, the more addicting it becomes. I'm like all about texture, and this one nails it with like, it has such an amazing crunch. It's got this great balance of being slightly sweet, but it's also salty, so it just makes like the perfect snack for when you're craving something crunchy and savory. Honestly, I could eat half of the bag in one sitting. It's so good. And then I forgot this at Walmart. I got the Peppermint Perfection Chobani Flip. I never saw this flavor before. It's definitely a seasonal one, so I decided to try it. And now back to Trader Joe's. I tend to go to Trader Joe's twice a week to be able to show you guys all the new items that arrive, which is why I end up having multiple hauls and don't buy everything at once because I feel weird not buying something after spending a decent amount of time in the store filming. So starting off with bananas, I pick this up weekly. Usually I'd get Roma tomatoes, but they were super soft and overripe at the store, so I treated myself to my favorite tomatoes, which are the Kumato tomatoes. And these can be found year-round, but it tastes better depending on the time of year. And there's like a slight sweetness to it, and it tastes good with just like a little bit of salt. I'll probably also use this with the truffle burrata. And got another bag of kale because I've just been flying through the bag. I swear some weeks they pack more in it and sometimes they fluff it out. So I bought a bag of spinach to add to my sauteed kale in the mornings to kind of just spread out my kale consumption so I don't go through the bag so quickly. Also got a vegan kale pesto because it's lighter and less oily than regular pesto, and I like just having this on hand. Sometimes I use it. And an impulse buy at checkout, the dark chocolate peanut butter cups. I love that these are still 99 cents. And then also this week I went to Sam's Club and picked up a bag of Brussels sprouts. These are such a good deal. They're like under $4 a bag. So I like roasting up the whole bag at once and then having it ready to eat throughout the week. And these are my favorite eye drops. So whenever it goes on sale, I pick up a box, and these were on sale. And also had to pick up my favorite Envy apples because they are the most crunchy sweet apples ever. They are a much better deal at Sam's or Costco than buying a single one at Trader Joe's, but sometimes they don't taste the best when bought in bulk. Also, I like to make my own apple granola with this. If you guys are interested, let me know. It's like a Whole30 paleo friendly recipe. Maybe I'll show that in the new year when I might be doing Whole30 again. And the caramelized onion butter, I saw this when I was visiting my sister on the East Coast in the summertime, and I was debating whether to get it. And I literally have been eyeing it ever since. And so since it went on sale, I decided to try it. This sounds so yummy, so I really hope it delivers. I want to try it on a baked potato. And now jumping into Costco, I got these Stonefire Mini Naan because they were on sale. These are good to have in a pinch and could be paired with actually these lentils, which were also on sale. And these are just convenient to have when I don't feel like cooking and just want a quick, fast meal. And then This I have been eyeing also for quite some time. Costco has been carrying it for like a little bit over a year, and these finally went on sale, so I thought that was my signal to buy it. I've tried them before. They're really good. They're so buttery. I mean, you could literally smell the butter when you open the bag, and they're really soft, and you can't tell by looking at it, but you can taste like these salt crystals when you take a bite of the caramel. And these are perfect when I need something like a little bit sweet after lunch. And now just a couple more items that I want to show you from Trader Joe's. Sorry I'm hopping all over the place, but I put some of this stuff away and then had to film it on another day, so I kind of forgot I had this. And I was getting FOMO. I tried this at a holiday party a couple years ago, and I didn't think it was like anything remarkable, but people rave about it, so I just decided to pick it up. And I also thought my friend was coming over, so I thought I would add this to a charcuterie board. And also I treated myself to real eggnog this year, mostly because Trader Joe's discontinued the vegan version this year. They used to have an oat nog, which they carried for about like 2 or 3 years, which I loved. And then before that, they had the almond nog. I know other stores carry the vegan eggnog also, but I just didn't want to make an extra trip this week. So I just picked this up, and I'm excited to try making French toast with this also. All right, geeks, that concludes this week's grocery hauls. I hope you enjoyed exploring all the fun and delicious finds with me. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more shopping trips together, grocery hauls, taste tests, and reviews. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next video, ciao guys!